Hi, my name's Cody. I'm a software engineer here in San Francisco, and today I'm excited to announce the latest release of LlamaBot, which is a Ruby on Rails gem that can take any existing Rails application and turn it into a highly capable AI agent in minutes. I'm going to walk you through a very quick setup of this gem and show you the power that this unlocks within your existing Rails application. Let's jump right into it. First, you're going to go ahead and view our repo here, which is LlamaBot Rails. Go ahead and give it a star if you haven't. If you scroll down, this has everything that you need to know in order to get started. We have a very quick guide here to just add the gem, install it, and then this does require a Python backend as well. And this is actually the agent that is necessary to operate. This is also an open source project, and it's very simple to get started on that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and run through these steps very, very quickly. Notice that you must have ActionCable set up in your project for this to work. Okay, and here we are. And so this is our interface, and we have an existing set of kind of pre-programmed prompts that you can play around with. But one of them is I'm just going to say, please explore this application and tell me exactly what it does. I'm going to go ahead and send this in. You can see that our agent here is thinking down here. And what it's going to do is it's going to run a handful of Rails console commands in order to explore this application and figure out exactly what it's doing. So if we scroll up here, you see it's running commands, it's listing the routes. It ran this command to map all of the routes. You can see that it's looking through the directory of our controllers right there. You can see that it's now actually reading the first 200 lines of code from our controller. It's actually concatenating out the information from the controller. And now from here, you can see here's a high-level tour of what this Rails app does. And it has all of the information from our Ruby on Rails application, and it got this right. It has our submissions controller, it has our page controller, it has a Twilio verification thing. So I'm going to tell it this. I'm going to say send a text with Twilio to my phone number here, and say hello world from LlamaBot. Now keep in mind, this is the only information I've given the application. It does not know exactly what to run with Twilio to make this happen. It doesn't know the API key and where I have it stored in this specific Rails instance. And so it's actually going to start searching. So you can see it starts looking, it's digging through credentials, it's looking for a couple of things. You can see that it didn't actually find where these credentials were. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a hint. In fact, if you look in our twilio.rb, our lib/twilio.rb, it actually has all this information in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell the agent, look at our twilio.rb file in the lib folder and figure out how to send the text message. Okay? So I'm just going to give it a little hint, just a little hint. You can see it's listing the files in our lib. You can see it's actually reading out the content from it. You can see that it's looking for it. Now it's inspecting the actual file right here. Now it's going to fetch the actual implementation. So then it says, okay, the lib file exposes a simple helper. So send your hello world. So that's all there is. I'm going to say, okay, great. Now do it. Send the message. Okay, so now it's invoking this actual message. Message.twilio.sendText. Oh, and look at this. Here we go. 12:22 p.m. Hello world from LlamaBot. So we got our message from our agent. Now, the next step is I actually want to tell LlamaBot to remember how it just did this. The message did go through. Good job. Please remember how you accomplished this task. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send this message in. And what our agent is going to do is he's going to summarize what he just figured out how to do it. And he's going to call this method, add instruction to agent prompt. And it says to send SMS via Twilio, use the twilio.sendText number message helper after setting. Okay, so now it remembers how it's going to do that. Now, if we look at our actual, let's go into our project here. And if we go back to our agent prompt, you can see in here that there's this new line. And I actually had added these in where basically I told it how to update the user instructions by calling this LlamaBot Rails.add instruction to agent prompt, which is a method that our gem adds into the project. And this allows it to save memories and remember things by basically calling this prompt. From there, it just barely added this to send SMS via Twilio, use the twilio.sendText helper, okay? So now, we could come in and make a whole new thread where we don't even have to, let's just exit everything out, and let's say, please send a text with Twilio, and let's see what LlamaBot does. Say, hi Cody, I did this from memory. Okay, we'll go ahead and send this in. Now it's thinking, and now, because it has the updated prompt, all it has to do is run this one simple command. So it learned your Ruby on Rails application structure. And look at this, I just got another one. Hi Cody, I did this from memory. Awesome. Now let's say, please create a new website and create a page for that website. I'm going to call it site, page, and add HTML, a full HTML document. You know, we'll say doc type HTML ... in that page.content field that says, hello, welcome to the future. And we'll put a little llama in there. Explore the application to figure out how to do this, if needed. So again, it has no understanding. I've given it no other information other than the Rails console and allowing it to go and explore the environment and play around. I gave it a little bit of a hint. I told it that we had a site and a page, and now it's going through and it's looking through our tables, and you see that it can see all of our tables that are in our application. You see it has site, it's looking at column names, it's inspecting the environment that it's in. Great, now it's looking at page, it's looking at the page's column names. Okay, and then from there, it's inspected the page column, and now it's creating a new site with a page. And look at this, it's getting the first organization, it's creating the site, it's putting in all of the parameters that it needs to. Okay, and here it is, and then say, okay, slug, so future site, I'm gonna say, please give me the URL to view this page. I'm gonna say, prepend with localhost 3000 / and then the path to the page, right? Now it's looking through our application routes in our Ruby on, because it needs to figure out how does our application work? How are we able to create pages? How are we able to get the URL for that page? It's looking at the page ID. It's looking at the different ways to do this. And then I actually did a map for all of the sites. Okay, here we go. So it just gave us the URL. Let's go ahead and see if this works. Let's open up our new page here. And there it is. I'm going to ask it, is this the same page? This doesn't actually look like the page that it gave us here. Well, first let's do this. Let's go ahead and tell it, please remember how to show URLs, how to format and show URLs to the user, the page's URL to the user, okay? So we're going to tell it to remember this fact. It just discovered how to format the page URL. We should also tell it to remember how to save the page content, so it just updated the instructions. Also remember how to create a new page and the parameters of the page and site and that whole process. Okay, so we want it to remember this information. Okay, so it just added the instructions based off of site.create with organization ID, name and slug, page.create. Okay, so it remembers that now. Now I'm going to say, is this the right HTML page that you created? The thing that I'm seeing is, welcome to new site, hang on. Please find the actual last page that you created and give me the URL. It's just doing the emoji search. Oh, there we go. So now it found it using the emoji search. And then it remembers how to format this page. Let's go ahead and open this. And there it is. Hello, welcome to the future. Okay. Great. Remember how to do this. Also, update this page with ID 9 so the content is way cooler and crazier. make a crazy rainbow mode, make it so that llama emojis are running around the screen, and then send Cody a text message with the page information. Okay, and here we go. Cody, the page 9 has been updated with the crazy rainbow llama party. View it at, boom, let's click this. Oh, look at this. Here's the llamas dancing around the page. So you can see how our application is starting to come alive here. With this really simple kind of implementation, we're able to have an agent that is dropped into an existing Rails project, explore the environment, and by engaging with the user through natural language, it can start to update its own memory and really start to remember and build this very custom kind of agent functionality, all through dropping a gem into your project and running an extra Python project as well. This is the first release of the gem that brings this, and the way this all works is we're using the power of LangGraph, which is a great agent orchestration framework. We've actually implemented what's known as a CodeAct agent architecture, which is basically a React agent architecture, reason and action, except in the action side of things, you're allowing it to write code, run code, execute the code, and look at the output of the code, and then reason about the output from that code, all in a loop. So I have another video going into why I believe this is the future of agent development. And I really believe that Ruby on Rails is a special framework that really unlocks the power of LangGraph. And so I'm excited to have this project completely open source, free for everybody to look at, to run, to modify. The gem is with the MIT license. I highly encourage you to clone all of this, run it yourself. Let's, as a community, lead the future of AI agent development by having it unlock the power of this framework that we all know and love, Ruby on Rails. Let's make a future where agents are open and able to be inspected and changed by the end user. Let's make a future where people can own their own agents and run their own agents and modify their own agents. And let's let them use Ruby on Rails as the underlying framework to do so. So I think Rails has a big opportunity. I'm really excited. I love Rails. Rails is special. I also love LangGraph, is also special. I'm really excited about what this combination is going to unlock. Thank you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and happy to answer any questions. We're going to continue building this out, and we're going to make this an amazing project. Thanks.